In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best shooting guards right now in NBA 2K25 my team, and let me know what 2 shooting guards are you guys currently rocking on your squad going into season number 8, as that is only now a couple days away, which is kind of a crazy thing to say. But yeah, let me know what 2 shooting guards you guys currently have on your team. And getting into number 10, I think the 10th best shooting guard in this game is 100 overall Glenn Rice. I'll give you guys a couple other cards as honorable mentions that I was thinking about. Carmelo Anthony was definitely one of them. To me, it's just because his jump shot isn't incredible in my opinion. It's definitely a good jump shot, but it's not my favorite release. He also doesn't have a good size up in my opinion compared to Glenn Rice, who is pretty much perfect at the shooting guard position when it comes to the dribble sigs. You know, he has the Darius Garland dribble style, the Steve Francis size up, the Kemba Walker escape, and the tray behind the back, also with the Drew Eubanks motion style. The only thing about this Glenn Rice card, I do really like his jump shot, but the problem is he doesn't have the Pro 2 fade. And that's a big concern about this card and a huge flaw, and that's why Glenn Rice is lower on this list. But I still think for me personally, maybe it's a little bit biased because I pulled this card for free on the no money spent, but I do think he is still a top 10 shooting guard. Number 9 is going to be Invincible Ron Artest. I feel like Ron Artest is really good defensively and just a better version of Kawhi. Invincible Kawhi was also a honorable mention for the top 10 list. He was kind of in my top 15, but not really in my top 10. And Ron Artest is just a better version because he does have the better dribble sigs. Now when it comes to Ron Artest, the thing that is holding him back is he doesn't have a good behind the back. Right, Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Kemba Walker escape, all very good, but then he has the pivot behind the back, which just isn't that great compared to like the Trey or the Kawhi, which is a lot better. Even like the Garland is better in my opinion, but he does have Pro 2 fade, and his jump shot is good, but it's not like incredible. And again, so to me, not having an incredible jump shot and not having a good behind the back is, you know, definitely going to put you a lot lower on the list in my personal opinion. But I still really do like this Invincible Ron Artest card. Number 8 is going to be Dark Matter Richard Jefferson, and number 8 and number 7 are pretty much the same card. Number 7 is Invincible Larry Johnson, and if we actually compare these cards, you're going to find that they are basically the same card, except that Larry Johnson obviously does have 99 every single stat, but it's not like Richard Jefferson's stats are that much worse across the board. But Larry Johnson is definitely better stats wise. He is definitely better badges wise. You know, has Legend Limitless, Legend Set Shot Specialist, you know, On Ball Menace, Glove, Challenger, Movable Forcer, Pick Dodger, right? These are badges that definitely matter, but animations wise, they're pretty much the exact same. They both have the same jump shot, Mike Muscala base, Oscar Robertson up around very quick. It's a good jump shot, not incredible, but I do think it's a good jump shot. In my personal opinion, Pro 2 fade is also really good. And then you take a look at the dribble sigs. They both have Garland dribble style. They both have, you know, non-Steve Francis size ups. Like, they don't have the best size up in the game, which is Steve Francis. Larry Johnson has Garland, Richard Jefferson has KD. To me, I don't really know which size up I do prefer between the two. They both have the Curry escape, they both have the tray behind the back, but I will say Zach LaVine moving step back for Richard Jefferson is definitely better than James Harden when it comes to that dribble sig. But again, Larry Johnson, because of the stats, because of the badges, I'm going to give him the slight edge over Richard Jefferson. But again, these two shooting guards are pretty much the exact same at number 8 and number 7. Number 6, though, just missing out of the top 5, and a card that I was really debating putting in the top 5 is this Invincible Paul Pierce, because he is elite, man. He is seriously elite. 6'7" net shooting guard, 6'10" wingspan. Obviously the 99 stats. The legend badges he has is Legend Posterizer, Physical Finisher, Layup Mix Master, Deadeye, Limitless, Set Shot, Shifty Shooter, Ankle Assassin, handles for days, Landing Launch, Glove, and On Ball Menace. So really good badges, of course, when it comes to Paul Pierce. But his jump shot is great. The Marcus Morris Sr. base with the Charles Bassey upper. Charles Bassey, is that how you say his last name? I'm pretty sure. It's a very good jump shot, 100%. Pro 2 fade is also really nice to have, and he does have the best dribble sigs in the game. He's got the best dribble style, the best size up, one of the 2 best escapes. I mean, Kemba and Curry escape are, to me, the 2 best escapes in the game. I also do really like Trey, but most cards nowadays get Kemba and do get Curry, so I think those are the 2 best escapes in the game. He's got the best behind the back and also the best moving step back as well, and then the best motion style. So pretty much a perfect shooting guard. It just depends, you know, whose jump shot you do prefer once we get to like these top 5 shooting guards, because to me, I think Cedric Maxwell is a little bit better than Paul Pierce. That just comes down to personal preference because of the jump shot. To me, the jump shot is slightly better on Cedric Maxwell. I really do like his release a ton, and he does have a bit extra height, a bit extra wingspan. I feel like his player model and his defense is slightly better from what I've seen, you know, with Cedric Maxwell. But those 2 shooting guards are pretty much the same. I mean, these two cards are damn near identical, and it really just comes down to whoever's jump shot you do prefer. I give the slight edge to Cedric Maxwell. If you want to put Paul Pierce in the top 5 over Cedi, I could definitely understand that argument as well. But top 4 is going to be Invincible Dr. J here at the number 4 spot. And again, this is another perfect shooting guard, which, what does it come down to? It comes down to his jump shot, and I like his jump shot more than Cedric's, and I like his jump shot more than Paul Pierce. Because that's what it comes down to. They all have the same dribble style, the same size, have the same escape, the same behind the back, the Pro 2 fade, the same motion style. It really just comes down to, I guess, the badges slightly, but the Invincible cards have the same badges pretty much in this game. It seems like, you know, if they're an offensive card, they usually get like Deadeye, Limitless, Set Shot Specialist, and Shifty Shooter, because I believe that was the same on Paul Pierce. But if they're like a defensive card, like a Ron Artest, they're most likely going to get defensive legend badges. So it just kind of depends, you know, what type of card you're talking about. Is it more of a Ron Artest, a Kawhi, a defender, or is it more of a, you know, Dr. J, Paul Pierce type of Invincible, where they're more known for their offense? But to me, I do like Dr. J's jump shot out of the 3 cards here, and that's why he's going to be the 4th best shooting guard. At number 3 is going to be Invincible T-Mac, and this is where it just comes down to player model. It just comes down to height and wingspan, because, you know, I'll take the 6'8" 2 guard with a 7'3" wingspan over the card that, you know, is only 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan. Very close in comparison. I mean, T-Mac has probably not as good of a jump shot in my opinion, and the Curry fade sometimes isn't as good as Pro 2 in my personal opinion, but he does have the next best dribble sags. He also does have Zach LaVine moving step back, where Dr. J has Kyrie Irving moving step back, so I will give T-Mac this slight edge there as well. But again, very similar cards. I do like Dr. J's jump shot more, but I'll take the size, the player model, the wingspan, the height, you know, of T-Mac over Dr. J. At number 2, that's why I put Rudy Gay at number 2, also because I think I prefer his jump shot, honestly, maybe the most out of every single shooting guard that we've talked about so far. His jump shot is incredible. 6'8" at shooting guard though, with a 7'3" wingspan, has a super wide player build. His own jump shot to me is one of the best jump shots in this game. It maybe isn't the fastest and the best 3 hunting jump shots, but I feel like it is so easy to time. And I also now do like the Curry escape more than the Kemba Walker escape. I used to be more on the Kemba Walker side of things. I used to think that was the better escape, but now I do like Curry escape more in my personal opinion. Kemba Walker is still very good, but again, when we're nitpicking, it comes down to very small details. It comes down to whose jump shot you prefer, a couple inches on the height or wingspan, right? It comes down to what escape you prefer more, or what moving step back is better, right? It comes down to such small details because these shooting guards are so good. And I think Rudy Gay is definitely number 2 in my opinion. But of course, number 1, it's still going to be Invincible Kevin Durant. And I want to say that the shooting guard position is the only position in the game without a GOAT card. Like, if you look at the players, you have the point guards, Oscar, MJ, you know, Dwayne Wade when it comes to point guard. For small forward, you have like Tatum, but you have Kevin Garnett, Paulo. For power forward, you have D-Rob, right? You have Oscar, you have Yao, Kareem, who can all play power forward, and then all of those cards can also play center. So there's not a single technically shooting guard, like primary, you're going to play this card as shooting guard in my opinion. You know, I guess you could run MJ at shooting guard if you want to, but to me, you're going to run that card at point guard. So we haven't seen that that GOAT level shooting guard. That's why I think there's a very strong chance in Season 8, the level 40 card maybe isn't going to be at shooting guard, but there's going to be the first promo set. If it's next, it won't be, but the first like actual promo set of Season 8, I think is going to be a GOAT shooting guard. Now, who is that going to be? Not 100% sure, but I think we have to be getting a GOAT shooting guard coming out soon to kind of compete and compare to this Invincible Kevin Durant, because he is by far the best shooting guard in the game. His jump shot is incredible, best sigs, not the best motion style, and the fade is sometimes not the best, you know, compared to Pro 2, but this card is still incredibly good, and he dropped all the way back on April 11th. So 2K, please, can we see a better shooting guard than Kevin Durant? I mean, I know this card's super fun to use, but nobody really has this card, and I'd like to see at least a couple different cards that are on the same level as Kevin Durant. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys thought about my top 10 down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.